Hi folks, how you doing? I am your star in VR, the growing concern Colin Byrne, and welcome to this special video presentation from Boxroom Racing. Really proud day for me here today. I have bought something new, and hopefully it's going to add and upgrade the channel experience for me. Don't know if it's really going to help you at home, but if I can provide some feedback with this device, maybe it'll help in further purchases for yourself. So what I have done is I've gone out and I have purchased, let me get it around the right way, is the Oculus Quest 2. And I'm going to open it up here for you in the room. Just to let you know, what I have done first is, on the stream up till now, we've been using the Oculus Quest 1. So here it is off the rack in the background there, and the Oculus Quest 1 is not really the choice for many sim racers. I have only been using the Oculus Quest 1 because I was really out of sim racing for quite a while, and I bought an Oculus Quest 1 because my computer wasn't up to spec, and then when they announced that the Oculus Link was going to be a thing, I decided to upgrade the computer a little bit and get back into the sim racing. And with the whole COVID lockdown, I decided to get really back into it and start streaming and doing all that kind of stuff and building up this channel. So the Oculus Quest 1 has really served me well. Up until this point, I started with the Oculus DK2, and then I have in the background there, you can see I have a Oculus Go and a Gear VR, and now the Quest 1 will be retired from the channel. Hopefully that the Oculus Quest 2 is actually going to be much better and is going to replace the Oculus Quest 1 in higher resolution and all that. So what I'll do is we'll do a bit of an unveiling here and just show you what it's all about, and then in maybe in the future we can do an actual video about how it's working and how it's going and what it's like playing iRacing specifically, and sim racing in VR. I haven't really seen a lot of information about the Quest being used in sim racing, so maybe that might be interesting to you to find out if it's worth upgrading from whatever headset you're currently using. So without further ado, let's open up the Oculus Quest box. Might switch to the other camera here, give you a better look, and it looks like there's a actual I guess this is like one of those unboxing videos, but it's not really intended to be. I did actually hold off all day unwrapping this. I was working today anyways, but I did hold off all day unwrapping this just so I could get it on camera. I thought it might be cool. It might be interesting for you at home to see it on the channel anyways. At first glance, I mean, I've seen it on a lot of the videos. It's kind of cardboard on the inside. Looks a little unimpressive when you slide it out, but there's supposed to be a big white Oculus kind of O on the inside that's supposed to look cool, and there is, and it does. So I'll just move the sleeve to the side, and it opens out this way. So let's make some room here on the table, and I'll pop it open. And yeah, first impressions are it looks less cheap than I thought it was going to. I thought the Oculus Quest was actually, the Quest 2 was actually going to look pretty cheap, in that it just seemed to from a lot of the ads, but it actually looks a little more high class than I expected. It is a little heavier than it looks. Move lenses left to right for clearest view. So there's a little kind of cardboard sleeve there, letting you know what to do. And there's kind of little plastic covers on the inside. No liquid cleaners, it says. And I guess this is it. You slide it left and right for the three different IPDs. There you go. I assume I'm somewhere in the middle. To be honest, I don't think it'll make a massive difference to me. The IPD for me was, I found on the Quest 1 I could slide it kind of like often either way, and it didn't really make too much difference. So sure, we'll see and see what it's like. Oh, I can see there's actually like is this a plastic cover on it or something? Oh, it's a plastic cover that covers the whole thing. Oh, okay, I see. So that did alter the color. Okay, yeah, so it does look less classy, I suppose, without this kind of pure white cover. So now it looks a little more just like gray all the way around, and maybe a little more plain Jane. Let's just put that put the cardboard to the side. I'll just put it on here and get the first impressions of it. It's a little bit small for me. I got a big head now. So just slide these two each way. And sorry, just so you can see what I'm doing here. I'll just loosen this up here a little bit and see what that's like. Okay. So at first impressions, it feels somewhat comfortable. I know a lot of people were complaining about this, but I actually did really like the Oculus Go strap. Saying that, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. So it does fit pretty well. I guess you won't really know until what it's like after a few hours. And I think these are meant to come off quite easy, and they do. So they just snap off, and then you can, if you had the Pro headset or the Elite strap or whatever it's called. Okay, and here's the controllers, and the controllers are quite a bit bigger, so I can already tell. Here's the size difference. The face is quite a bit bigger. Maybe it's better on this camera over here. The face is quite a bit bigger. It feels like quite a bit big size difference. And there's quite a bit of a different, one thing that I haven't heard much is there's a bit of a different balance. It's a lot heavier at the top, which I'm surprised about. I didn't know that. These ones kind of feel a little lighter at the top, so it'll be interesting to give it a go, a proper go, and find out what it was. But saying that about the Elite strap, I did get the Elite strap. So let's put the Elite strap on the headset here and see what it's all about. Let me just put the Quest 2 to the side here for a moment. And let's pull out the Elite strap. We'll go to the other camera here so you can see it. And it looks like there's a little tab here. I did look at the boxes in advance, so I did kind of have a bit of a heads up on what was going to happen with the with taking them apart. And it's nice not having to use scissors or anything, I'll tell you. So it looks like this is the same. It just slides out as far as I can see. Oh, and there's a little tab on the bottom here too, and that pulls off. Okay, now it can just slide out. Maybe. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that's another sleeve out, and very similar type of box with the white O on it. And remove with care. Follow the quick start guide. I'm not really much for quick start guides, but I think I pretty much have a good idea of how this is going to work. So let's put it back in. Packaging is very nice, I must say. It kind of has that unfinished look. All right, so here is the Elite strap. You can see that it has this tether part here to go over the top of the headset. So I guess it's going to go up this way, loop through, and come back out. So let's get the actual Quest up here. I'll take these parts off, so it looks like it just bends and snaps off. Very easy. Haven't even turned it on yet, and I'm already replacing parts on it. Oh, and I would assume the whoa, I don't want that to fall. I would assume we need to remove the facial interface, which usually just pops off pretty easy, in order to get at this part. So let's just move that in there. Let me move these up. Okay, without breaking it, of course. Okay, so the facial interface has been removed. Just got a pile of stuff on the desk here now. Let's get it out. So there's the bare bones kind of Quest 2 with nothing on it. You can see the sound channels there where the actual onboard sound comes out. So yeah, it does look pretty bare bones, like without anything on it. I suppose that's the idea. So with that down, let's connect on the Elite strap. So first I will connect on this part without scraping the lenses, if I can manage that. Oh, and maybe there's a bit of a process for this. Maybe it should slide on from the back first, and it seems to be that's the way it should be done. That seems to slot in at the back. This side's much harder to get on than the other side, I'm gonna say. I don't know what the reasoning for that is. Okay, it's on anyhow. A little bit of force, got it there. Now we'll put the facial padding back on, and I just know from other headsets there it should just click back on. I was always really worried to remove these with other headsets, but since I actually replaced the facial padding on my last Quest, I got pretty used to the idea of taking it off and on. So this has a dial that moves it back and forth to tighten and release. So we can put it up here. So you can see it expands out. Put it on the head there. And yeah, you can really feel it cupping your head at the back. And I'll just tighten up the top there a bit. And yes, I'm very glad I got this because it does feel pretty good. I think I will need to change out the padding, much like I did on the original Quest. And there is a good bit of light leak coming from, I feel a little bit coming from the top there. Just actually in where the strap is, there's a little bit of a hole there. So I could always put something there, and a little bit on the bottom, which I actually used to really like because I used to like to look down through it, but you really lose the immersion for gaming and whatnot. So I guess the real test is this going to hang on the hook where the actual Quest is now? Yeah, and it's going to look pretty cool. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so I'm pleased with that. Let's move this stuff off to the side here. And the one last thing to have a look at is... Sorry, the one last thing to have a look at is the actual case. So I did get the case with it as well. I got the case with the original Quest, and although it seems to be like something that might be a little unnecessary, it actually was one of the most important things that I bought for the Quest. The actual case, just bringing it around and moving it around, it's the only place to put it, especially where it won't get light, because you can't have light go onto the lenses at all. So it's really it's the safest place for it. So every time you put it down, you pretty much want to put it away into its case, which is kind of cool. So this case is a lot bigger than the original one, so I can show you by comparison. There's the original one, I guess, and there's the new one. So the new one is quite a bit bigger, and I guess that new classic white color that they're going for, that everybody seems to hate. So I'll just open it up here, and I can see the way it's all meant to go here. So just on the inside, it looks pretty standard, but I remember from the first one, it was one of the nicest things about the original Quest when I got it was the actual case itself. It was pretty cool. So I'm going to have a play with this stuff, and let's actually see. Maybe we'll put some stuff into it, will we? Put the Quest into it and see how it all works. And just make sure that it fits with the Elite strap, and you probably have to collapse it, I would think. Oh, I see. So it actually goes the opposite way from the way I was thinking. Okay, yeah, and it fits no problem with the Elite strap. Now the controllers. And I had aftermarket hand grips for the original controllers, which didn't fit into the Oculus case, so I'm curious about this one and whether they will or not. So I'm just trying to see how they fit in, and it looks like it just goes in like so. Nice and easy. And then the power compartment is up the front there. So there it is, the Oculus case with the bits in it, and the lid closed and zipped up. Yeah, a bit of a weird design for pulling the zip around. It's kind of buried in underneath, which might, hopefully it loosens up over time. But yeah, it feels very nice. Very much like the first case, the idea. You can kind of hang it or carry it from that. And I was really happy with the first case. And hopefully I'll be happy with this one as well, and it'll add really, really well to the Quest and all that. So hopefully this will be a headset that I can use for years to come. With the higher resolution. So in the next video, I suppose I will get it out onto the track in iRacing, and I'll give it a bit of a test. I don't really want to focus too much on the Quest and the Quest library and all those sorts of things. I want to look at it from an iRacing point of view, and then maybe potentially a set of Corsair or something like that. And then I know they're going to upgrade it to be able to do 90 hertz. At the moment, I think it's going to be 72 out of the box, much like the Quest 1, so it will just be a higher resolution. So I'll get back and I'll give you an update on my first impressions of the actual Quest in action with iRacing. Anything that I've noticed, anything that looks worse from the Quest 1. I don't have a Rift S to compare it to, but I can definitely compare it to the Quest 1. If that's something that you used, whether it makes it playable or less playable or more playable.